Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you. I, Anupama, welcome you all at the English Ocean Academy, and yes, today is our lecture number 26 where we are discussing the previous year question papers, as it's been a month that we are doing that, right? जी, so ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ questions start ਕਰੀਏ, video ਨੂੰ share ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਆਪਦੇ friends ਦੇ ਨਾਲ so that they can also join, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel if you have not done it till yet. Right? Start kariye. In which of the following novels one finds the characters Sissy Jupe and Louisa? Good evening, Jeffy, Gursharan, Maninder, Kuljit, Simran. Very good evening, bache. Good evening, Sonia. Okay, I'm waiting for the answer. Sissy Jupe and Louisa. Wuthering Heights, Emma, Tess, or Hard Times? Sissy Jupe and Louisa are the characters in? Yes, Hard Times. Sissy Jupe is that circus girl, Cecilia, है ना? ते Louisa जड़ी सीगी, she was Gradgrind's daughter and Bounder B's wife. Was Gradgrind's daughter. Okay, chalo. Next is, what is the form of Florence Nightingale's Una and the Lion? Florence Nightingale ਦੀ poem है Una and the Lion. ਇਹ ਕਿਸ form ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਖੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ? A poetic elegy, a memoir commemorating a friend, a historical essay, or a play? Yes, it's a poetic elegy. Florence Nightingale's Una and the Lion. फॉर्म दसनी है बेसिकली बच्चे कि यह एलिजी सी, एक मेमोयर सी, हिस्टोरिकल एसे सी, या एक प्ले सी? So it is a poetic elegy तो नहीं है ये, ठीक है? थोड़ा जब मैनू भी डाउट हो रहा है, आप इस आंसर इहदा कोई आंसर पेंडिंग रखते हैं एक बार, ठीक है? एंड आई विल कंफर्म इट. एलिजी तो नहीं है, एसे भी नहीं है, इन्हां दोनों चों. बाकी मैनू प्ले भी नहीं लग रहा, ये मेमोयर ही लग रहा है, कमेमोरेटिंग अ फ्रेंड. So I'll confirm it. Okay, chalo. Which late 19th century art movement Walter Pater is believed to have supported and justified? Aestheticism, Romanticism, Imagism, or Expressionism? Walter Pater 19th century ਦੀ ਕਿਹੜੀ art movement ਨੂੰ support ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ? Aestheticism, Romanticism, Imagism, or Expressionism? Hanji, yes, it is aestheticism. Art for art's sake. ठीक है? Aestheticism ਨੂੰ ही art for art's sake किया जाता है. How can Virginia Woolf's technique in Mrs. Dalloway be best described? Realistic, historical, stream of consciousness, or satirical? How can Virginia Woolf's technique in Mrs. Dalloway be best described? Yes, it is stream of consciousness. Very right. In which of the following novels Abel Magwitch and Joe Gargery are characters? Sense and Sensibility, Hard Times, Great Expectations or Desperate Remedies? हाँ जी, Abel Magwitch and Joe Gargery. Abel Magwitch and Joe Gargery. ऑप्शंस नहीं है, ऑप्शंस नहीं है। हाँ हाँ है, मैं कंफ्यूज हो गई थी। यस, ग्रेट एक्सपेक्टेशंस, जेड़ा फिलिप पिरिप वाला नहीं, जेड़ा कैरेक्टर फिलिप पिरिप ही सी ना, पिप जेड़ा कैरेक्टर सी। जो गार्जरी, ਉਹਦੀ ਭੈਣ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਗਾਰਜਰੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਜੀਜੇ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਗਾਰਜਰੀ ਸੀ। ਤੇ ਏਬਲ ਮੈਗਵਿਚ ਉਹਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੈਨੀਫੀਸ਼ੀਅਰੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੈਨੀਫੀਸ਼ੀਅਰੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਭੇਜਦਾ ਹੈ। ਰਾਈਟ, ਯਾਦ ਆ ਗਿਆ। Which famous Victorian novel has the narrator's ironic comment on the plight of the heroine? Justice was done and the president of the immortals ended his sport. Tess of the Wills, Great Expectations, Hard Times, or Jude the Obscure? Justice was done. Which Victorian novels narrators ironic comment? Hanji, yes, absolutely right. Tess of the D'Urbervilles, right Jill? Tess of the D'Urbervilles. In which of Hardy's novel Eustacia Y is a major central character? The Mayor of Casterbridge, Return of the Native, A Pair of Blue Eyes, or Desperate Remedies? In which of Hardy's novel Eustacia Y? हाँ जी, बिल्कुल सही, it is in the novel Return of the Native. Return of the Native. Son of a man, you cannot say or guess, for you know only a heap of broken images. From which poem of Iliad these lines are taken? Son of a man, you cannot say or guess. Geronation, The Hollow Men, Four Quartets, or The Wasteland? It is taken from The Wasteland, बच्चे। ਇਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਆਈਡੀਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ heap of broken images, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਟੁੱਟਿਆ ਬਿਖਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ, fragmented ਸੀ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। In which section of The Wasteland the ominous warning hurry up please it's time occurs? The burial of the dead, the game of chess, the fire sermon, or what the thunder said? Hurry up please it's time ਕਿਹੜੇ ਪਾਰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਵੇਸਟਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ? ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਔਖਾ ਔਖਾ ਕੰਮ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਨਾ। ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਫਰੋਮ ਦ ਫਾਇਰ ਸਰਮਨ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਫਾਇਰ ਸਰਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਲਿੱਤੀ ਗਈ ਲਾਈਨ ਹੈ ਇਹ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਚਲੋ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਵਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤਾਂ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਕ ਅੱਧਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਪੇਪਰ ਚੋਂ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ अच्छा फील करांगे that we have discussed it, we know the answer, है ना। Okay, in which essay of T.S. Eliot the term dissociation of sensibility is used? Function of criticism, The Perfect Critic, Tradition and Individual Talent, or Metaphysical Poets? In which essay of T.S. Eliot the term dissociation of sensibility is used? Pakka? It is from Metaphysical Poets. Unification of sensibility, the dissociation of sensibility ਇਹਦੇ ਚੋਂ ਲਿੱਤੇ ਗਏ ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਦੋਨੋਂ ਹੀ metaphysical poets ਚੋਂ ਲਿੱਤੇ ਗਏ ਹੈ, right? Which of the following novels revolves around Ramsay family? The Waves, To the Lighthouse, Mrs. Dalloway, or none of the above? Virginia Woolf ਦਾ ਕਿਹੜਾ novel revolves around the Ramsay family? Yes, so we know that very well. To the Lighthouse, ਜਿੱਥੇ Ramsay family Hebrides ਆਈਲੈਂਡ ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਦੇ ਸਮਰ ਹਾਊਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। To which nationality did Joseph Conrad belong by birth? Polish, Russian, Irish or English? Joseph Conrad by birth किस nationality ਨੂੰ belong ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ? Polish, Russian, Irish or English? Yes, he was born in Poland. Yes, Poland ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਨਮ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ। Okay. In which year was A Room of One's Own first published? Virginia Woolf ਦਾ A Room of One's Own ਕਦੋਂ publish ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ? 1925, 1929, 39 ਜਾਂ 41? In which year Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own first published? जी बिल्कुल सही, 1929. What happens to steamer Patna after it is deserted by the crew in Lord Jim? It sinks, is saved by French vessel, Lord Jim returns to it, or passengers control it? हाँ जी, ਜਦੋਂ crew members इस steamer ਪਟਨਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਉੱਤਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ steamer ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ? It sinks, it is saved by a French vessel, Lord Jim returns to it, or passengers control it? जी, it is saved by French vessel. एक बड़ा ship उथों गुजर रहा सी जिसने save कर लिया, right? Which of the following novels of E.M. Foster is considered gay fiction? A Room with a View, Where Angels Fear to Tread, Maurice or Howard's End? Homosexuality ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ E.M. Foster ਨੇ आपके किहड़े नॉवल ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਖਿਆ है? हाँ जी, A Room with a View, Where Angels Fear to Tread, Howard's End or Maurice? हाँ जी, बिल्कुल सही, Maurice, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨੇ एडवर्ड कारपेंटर ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਫਰੈਂਡ ਹੋਰ ਦੀ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ? Okay. Which fictional caves serve as an important location in a passage to India? Malabar Caves, Barabar Caves, Elephanta Caves or Edakal Caves? ਕਿਹੜੇ caves ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ a passage to India? हाँ, एक्चुअल च ਇਹ ਮਾਰਾਬਾਰ ਹੈ लेकिन mistakenly हर जगह पे मालाबार ही लिखा जाता है, ठीक है? तुसी बुक दे विच पढ़ो तो इट इज माराबार केव्स, राइट? In whose writings Stephen Dedalus appears as an alter ego of the author? Author दा ही दूसरा रूप. W.B. Yeats, E.M. Foster, James Joyce or Joseph Conrad? In whose writings Stephen Dedalus appears as an alter ego of the author? हाँ जी, जेम्स जोइस। पोर्ट्रेट ऑफ द आर्टिस्ट एज अ यंग मैन विच भी है, यूलिसिस विच भी है, ठीक है? इन विच पोएम ऑफ W.B. Yeats the poet asserts both nuns and mother worship images, but those the candles light are not as those that animate a mother's reveries? Among school children, a dialogue of self and soul, a prayer for my daughter sailing to Byzantium. Both nuns and mothers worship images. W.B. Yeats ਦੀ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਲਾਈਨ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਪੋਇਮ ਚ ਲਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ ਲਾਈਨਸ ਨੇ ਇਹ? It is taken from Among School Children, ठीक है जी? ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ nuns ਤੇ mothers ਦੋਨੋਂ worship ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ, prayer ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ? Images ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ, ਫੋਟੋਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ, statues ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ. But those the candles light are not as those that animate a mother's reveries. ठीक है? लेकिन जो candles जला के ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ mothers different ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ठीक है? मतलब हर mother ਦੀ prayer, ਕਹਿਣ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ हर mother ਦੀ prayer ਆਪਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਲਈ different ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। Supply the missing word in the quote from W.B. Yeats. Turning and turning in the widening dash, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Circle, whorl, coil या gyre? ਇੱਥੇ Turning and turning in the widening. Yes, turning and turning in the widening gyre. It's like this. Okay? Okay. To which of the following novels Women in Love is a sequel? Rainbow, Sons and Lovers, Kangaroo, या The White Peacock? हाँ बिल्कुल right रितु. It is taken from the poem Second Coming. Women in Love is a sequel of? Yes, it's a sequel of Rainbow. Right, Rainbow. Which poem of W.B. Yeats ends with the realization, now that my ladder's gone, I must lie where all the ladders start? 1919, Circus Animals Desertion, Leda and Swan, या Lapis Lazuli? ਕਿਹੜੀ poem ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ, now that my ladder's gone, I must lie where all the ladders start? ਕਿਹੜੀ poem ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ? Yes, right ਸਿਮਰਨ, Circus Animals Desertion. मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਇਸ poem ਬਾਰੇ ਕਿ ਇਸ poem ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਯੇਟਸ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ओल्ड एज ਦੀ ਤੇ ਇਹਦਾ मीनिंग ਰਿਲੇਟ ਕਰੋ ਨਾ, now that my ladder's gone, ठीक है, भी ताकत नहीं है ना, ਉਹ एनर्जी नहीं है ओल्ड एज करके, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਰੈਸਟ ਹੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਵੇਟ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੇ ਐਂਡ ਦੀ। In which of the following plays of G.B. Shaw, Roebuck, Ramsden and John Turner are characters? Major Barbara, Saint John, Arms and the Man, Man and Superman? हाँ जी, ਕਿਹੜੇ प्ले ਦੇ कैरेक्टर ने G.B. Shaw ਦੇ? Roebuck, Ramsden and John Tanner. हाँ जी, जिन्होंने मैन एंड सुपरमैन जवाब दिता है, their answer is absolutely right. Which play of G.B. Shaw performed in 1929 is seen to dramatize the author's inner conflicts between his radical politics and his conservative mistrust of common man's ability to govern himself? Arms and the Man, The Apple Cart, Pygmalion or The Man of Destiny? Author's inner conflicts between his radical politics and his conservative mistrust of Pygmalion ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜੀ politics ਹੈ? Politics ਸਿਰਫ Apple Cart 'ਚ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ novels ਵਿੱਚੋਂ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। Arms and the Man soldiers ਬਾਰੇ ਹੈ, army ਬਾਰੇ ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। Man of Destiny Don Juan ਦੀ theme वाला है, ठीक है। Pygmalion totally different है, so it is Apple Cart. Which of the following poems is not written by Philip Larkin? Church Going, Afternoons, The Thought Fox or This Be the Verse? Which of the following poems is not written by Philip Larkin? Church Going, Afternoons, Thought Fox or This Be the Verse? The Thought Fox, which is by Ted Hughes, है ना, इस करके अपन confirm है। In which of his collection of poems does Ted Hughes respond to the suicide, wolf watching, birthday letters, crow or the hawk in the rain? In which of his collection of poems does Ted Hughes respond to the suicide of his wife? Yes, absolutely correct. Birthday letters. Birthday letters. On which British writer's life did Hugh Whitemore write a play in 1977 which was adapted for a film the next year? Hugh Whitemore ने किस British writer दी life ते movie बनाई सी? Salman Rushdie, Ted Hughes, Stevie Smith और Evan Boland? किदे ते मूवी बनाई सी? Yes, right सोनिया जी, स्टेवी स्मिथ दी लाइफ ते बनाई सी, ठीक है, लिखवाया होया है मैं थानू, स्टेवी स्मिथ दी लाइफ ते बनाई सी। आई थिंक मूवी का नाम कला स्मिथ सी, आई थिंक मूवी का नाम कला स्मिथ सी, स्टेवी, ओके स्टेवी सी, मैनू एस याद रह गया, थैंक यू। Which nationality did Seamus Heaney belong to? Irish, Scottish, Welsh or English? Which nationality did Seamus Heaney belong to? हाँ जी, hurry up, hurry up. Yes, he was Irish. Okay, Irish सी, जिदा आप पढ़िया भी सी that the writer, an Irish writer who became famous after W.B. Yeats. Which of the following poets is a famous female voice in Irish literature? Virginia Woolf, Evan Boland or Stevie Smith? मेरे विच भी सानू कोई डाउट ही नहीं है, फीमेल वॉइस इन आयरिश लिटरेचर, है ना, डाउट नहीं है ना कोई भी? Right, so we know it. Evan Boland. Who is the writer of the book Down and Out in Paris and London? V.S. Naipaul, Doris Lessing, E.M. Foster or George Orwell? Down and Out in Paris and London. And again, this is one question we are sure of. पढ़ा हुआ है आपका? Down and Out in Paris and London? Yes. George Orwell. Right, George Orwell the है. Which of the following novels deal with the moral crisis of an officer Henry Scobie? Henry Scobie, ग्राहम ग्रीन ने केड़े नॉवल दे विच कैरेक्टर है? Lord of the Flies, Brighton Rock, Heart of the Matter or Power and Glory? Henry Scobie is a character in कंफर्म करके दस दो, दो आंसर्स आ रहे ने भाई मैनू। दो दे विच कंफ्यूजन चल रहा है ना? हेनरी स्कोबी, इट इज यस हार्ट ऑफ द मैटर, क्योंकि पावर एंड ग्लोरी विच तो मैं लिखवाया सी विस्की प्रीस्ट बारे, है ना, विस्की प्रीस्ट बारे आप पढ़िया सी पावर एंड ग्लोरी। Which of the following novelists was not born in India? Raja Rao, George Orwell, Salman Rushdie या V.S. Naipaul? Very good idea, Maninder. Yes. H for Henry, H for Heart. Which of the following novelists was not born in India? Raja Rao? हाँ जी, बिल्कुल सही, V.S. Naipaul. त्रिनिदाद आइलैंड्स ते होया सी इन्हां दा बर्थ, त्रिनिदाद, जिसनों उन्होंने आपके नॉवल विच भी दिखाया है। ओके, which of the following is true about Doris Lessing's Children of Violence? It is a series of 5 novels, a collection of short stories, an anthology of poems or prose essays. Which of the following is true about Doris Lessing's Children of Violence? हाँ जी, no, it is a series of 5 novels. मार्था क्वेस्ट वगैरह जिहदे च सीगे 5 novels दी सीरीज है भाई, शॉर्ट स्टोरीज नहीं है। We have written it down. Which of the following books was Salman Rushdie issued a death threat? For which of the following books? The Satanic Verses, Shame, Midnight's Children or Imaginary Homelands? And again, the easiest most question. Salman Rushdie के खिलाफ जड़ा फतवा जारी होया सी So yes, satanic verses, right? Which of the following books deal with some boys stranded on an island trying to govern themselves? The Golden Notebook, Lord of the Flies, An Area of Darkness, or The Power and the Glory? Which of the following books deals with some boys stranded on an island trying to govern themselves? Yes, William Golding's Lord of the Flies. Right, William Golding, the novel Lord of the Flies. Which of the following is not one of the works of Stephen Leacock? The End of the Affair, humorous stories, literary lapses, or nonsense novels? Again, this is one question we are sure of. Which of the following is not one of the works of Stephen Leacock? Anji. Right. End of the Affair. G, very good. It is by Graham Greene. G. Okay. Which of the following, according to Aristotle, is not an element in epic? Character, plot, diction, या spectacle? According to Aristotle, which of these elements is not important in an epic? Character, plot, diction या spectacle? जी, spectacle मतलब ए परफॉर्म तो होना नहीं हुंदा, ठीक है, नो परफॉर्मेंस, इस करके स्पैक्टेकल ते कोई जोर नहीं हुंदा। स्पैक्टेकल ते जोर हुंदा है ड्रामा दे विच, ठीक है, स्पैक्टेकल दा ध्यान रखा जाता है ड्रामा लिखते हुए। व्हाट इज hubris? Hate, very strong feeling, excessive pride, or climax of a play? Hubris ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੰਪਲ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ? Hate, very strong feeling, excessive pride, or climax of a play? Yes, it is excessive pride. Right, excessive pride. What is alliteration? A word formed from the sound it is associated with, resemblance of sounds in nearby syllables, same sound occurring at the beginning of adjacent words, substitution of an agreeable expression for a potentially offensive thought. What is alliteration? Hanji, same sound occurring at the beginning of adjacent words. Same sound matlab same consonant. Okay? What is pastiche? An artwork that imitates works of other artists, a work that mocks other work, a comic narrative, or a celebration of the past. What is pastiche? If you have read about this term, yes, an artwork that imitates works of other artists is a pastiche. And the last question, which of the following authors is considered a pioneer of modernist avant-garde movement? Hanji, modernist movement da pioneer कौन मन्या जाता है? Samuel Johnson, W.B. Yeats, Graham Greene या James Joyce? Pioneer, pioneer is leader. Pioneer का की मतलब है leader. It is James Joyce. Yes, James Joyce ने नवी टेक्निक जिहड़ी इंट्रोड्यूस की ओदे करके स्ट्रीम ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस टेक्निक जिहड़ी मतलब उन्हें तैयार की यूज की इस करके उन्होंने प्रॉपर मॉडर्निस्ट कहा जाता है कि इन्हें मॉडर्न एज की शुरुआत की है नवी टेक्निक यूज करके फॉर राइटिंग अ नॉवल। ठीक है जी, ऑल राइट, थैंक यू फॉर टुडे, विल सी यू टुमारो most probably at the same time. Good night, take care, keep learning. Okay, and we'll meet you tomorrow. Thank you so much.